Good morning, everyone. How's it going? Right now, it's bucket roundup time for me. I'm gonna snatch up all these buckets and we're gonna head to Bisbee. This should be interesting. Bucket 1. 3 more buckets. Will this do? I hope so. I think that's all we got. Buckets are loaded. Let's head to Bisbee. Score. We recording?
Yes.
Score. All right, so I went to several different places in Bisbee, going around collecting used coffee grounds. I went to the Bisbee Coffee Company, a couple of gas stations, and a Starbucks. It's just used coffee grounds. It's gonna get thrown away. And actually, I had a little bit more luck at the gas stations than the coffee places, because all these places, they're probably gonna toss out their coffee grounds right away. So, but you know, just from having gone around, I got maybe 1/3 of a bucket, which isn't bad. And if I talk to the people, they might be willing to actually save the coffee grounds and I could go in and pick them up. But this is all right for the first time. I might try and get some more. Another thing is, you know, they say that used coffee grounds can be kind of acidic, but I don't think that's a huge issue. I mean, even if it is acidic, it might be just slightly acidic. What I really want it for, though, is the nitrogen, and I want to add it to our compost pile to increase that nitrogen ratio. And you want to increase that nitrogen ratio quite a bit, because I think we've added way too much carbon with the pine shavings. So if I can adjust that ratio a little bit, add that extra nitrogen, I think this compost will break down much better. You know, hopefully it'll be ready to go in the time it's supposed to be ready to go. I'm not too worried about if it's just slightly acidic. I don't think that's going to make a huge difference with this. Okay, let me show you exactly what I'm going to do with the compost. So Off Grid with Doug and Stacy just recently did a video about their compost, their human manure compost, and I asked a question on that. He said he responded about adding coffee grounds to the mix, and I thought that was a great idea. From a compost standpoint, it's just going to add extra nitrogen to that mix, and that's what I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my human manure shovel. Again, if you're doing this kind of system, you want a shovel dedicated to human manure. You don't want to be human manuring, then digging roof posts. Don't do it. And I'm gonna dig a hole, and I'm gonna dig it a little deeper than normally, just because I want to get the coffee grounds deep in there. And then I also have a bucket that I'm going to empty on top of that. It should do well to inoculate the pile with a good healthy dose of nitrogen, and hopefully kick off that thermophilic reaction that I'm looking for. One difference that we have made after going from the pine shavings, we did add straw as cover material in our buckets, and I actually have noticed an increase in thermophilic activity already. Using the compost thermometer, it's around 95. 95 is okay. It's not good, and it's certainly not great. Let's see if we can bump this up. Let's try this out. So dig that hole, dig it deep, put in the coffee grounds, put in a bucket. I'm gonna dig the hole, but I'm not gonna show you too much, because this isn't broken down probably as well as Doug and Stacy's was when Doug did it. It's actually surprisingly still pretty moist in there. It's amazing how it's been such a long time since it rained, and the straw must be doing a good job of keeping that moisture in there, which is good to know. I'm not gonna show you. I'm gonna be kind. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna dump the coffee grounds in there, then we'll come back when I'm done. All right, now that I've added both of those buckets in there and got the cover material in there. Oh, hey, look who it is. Say hi. You can't just walk by the camera and not say hi. Now that I've added both buckets in there, the important thing you want to do with, especially with a human manure pile like this, is that you don't want that mounding like that. You want to use the shovel and you want to get it into place. There you go, just that easy. So that's just a fantastic resource that you can utilize whether you're a gardener, on a homestead. You know, if you got compost that you're trying to make, coffee grounds might be a great addition, and you can get tons of it for free. Just hit up those gas stations, restaurants, coffee shops. Who doesn't make coffee? And it's just getting thrown away. You can pick it up for free. Otherwise, tons of this stuff is just going to waste. Landfill, something, I don't know. So definitely a great way to utilize that resource. There she is. This idea came from my buddy Bill over at Open Honest Permaculture. I'm gonna leave a link to his channel down below. He's the one that brought it up. I'm like, man, that is a great idea. You just go to these coffee shops or whatever, pick up tons of coffee grounds. But of course the coffee shops didn't utilize that super well for me. It was actually the gas stations. But you know, all those are possibilities. All right, thanks a lot for joining me, everyone. If you enjoyed this, please give us a thumbs up. Helps us out a lot. We appreciate it. If you haven't subscribed, please do. We'd love to have you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know some of your favorite things to add into your compost. And share this with a friend or two, because free coffee grounds for your compost, they're gonna wanna know that. And as always, you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. All right, thanks a lot for joining us, everyone. Bye. So checking the temperature again over here after all the coffee grounds have been added. It looks like it's reaching almost 105. Very nice. Crew, what you doing? Just come to visit? Just come to visit, buddy? Hey girl.